Welcome back, everyone. This is Toe to Toe Boxing Talk with your man James, of course, and let's get right into it. So next week we have Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. I want to preface my comments by saying that I respect everything that Canelo has accomplished in the sport of boxing. I respect him as a fighter. He's a good fighter. All the money that he has generated over the years, and for him being a superstar in the sport of boxing. But we can't ignore the obvious. Um, Canelo Alvarez has cherry picked his way to the top. And I think respectfully that Edgar Berlanga does not deserve this opportunity to face Canelo Alvarez. I think Canelo Alvarez has done his best to, avoid David Morrell and David Benavidez. Now those two fighters have moved up in weight and moved up to 175. So that was a missed opportunity out there for Canelo Alvarez. Um, People can make excuses all they want about Canelo being the A side and him having that type of leverage where he can pick and choose his opponents. But in order to be great in this sport and to make history, you have to take on challenges. And in most cases, you got to take on the stiffest challenge. And Canelo Alvarez has failed to do so. Even if you go back nine years ago, 2015, after he defeated Miguel Cotto for the lineal middleweight championship of the world, he waited, till Triple G got old to finally face Triple G. And if you look at some of his opponents, making them come up a few weight classes to face them, catch weight, rehydration clauses. Real champions don't do that. I'm gonna be honest. Real champions do not do that. And Canelo Alvarez has consistently done that. You know. And me personally, I don't have him in my top 10 pound for pound. I think that goes to fighters that have consistently faced the best competition. Point blank, period. I don't care if you're Canelo Alvarez. I don't care if you're, anybody else. The rules apply to everyone. You have to face the toughest competition out there in order to prove that you're the best. And for him to not do that and to, pick and choose and to be arrogant enough to say that he's earned that position to pick his opponents and all that, I think it's a crime. I think he's ripped the page off of Floyd Mayweather's book in regards to carefully managing and navigating his career. I don't respect it. And Berlanga, all due respect, I know his first 16 fights, he had 16 first round KOs, and after that he slowed down a little bit. I don't think he deserves his opportunity, but much respect to him. He's gonna get paid a nice bag for it. I respect it, and I'm all for people making their money. But with Canelo, I just don't respect the fact that he's consistently avoided David Benavidez, and not only David Benavidez, but David Morrell as well. A lot of people forget that. Like, those guys were, 1-2 as far as contenders for Canelo's undisputed super middleweight belts. Canelo has over the years has done it his way, and respectfully so. I understand that people want to make as much money as possible and leave with their faculties. I respect that, but in order to be, to garner that label as the best pound for pound or one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world, you have to face the best, and Canelo has not done that. And his legacy is set in stone. He's gonna make it to the Hall of Fame, and we all know that. But in order to, you know, be up there with the Salvador Sanchez's of the world, the Julio Cesar Chavez's, the Juan Manuel Marquez's, the Ricardo Lopez, the Ruben Olivares, the Barreras, the Moraleses, and all that. You have to prove it inside the ring, brother. You have to prove it inside the ring. And I'm sick and tired of people giving Canelo all his props and making excuses for him as to why he shouldn't fight David Benavidez or whatever the case may be. Bro, you're losing respect from the purists. I mean, the casual fans, they see Canelo as a name and as a brand, and they're going to be like, you know what, he's one of the best out there and all that. But the purists know. The pure boxing fans, like myself, know that Canelo has cherry-picked his way to the top. And next week is going to be, to me, I think is going to be a dominant performance for Canelo Alvarez. I think Berlanga has a puncher's chance. But I think ultimately the experience of Canelo Alvarez is going to take over, and it's gonna dominate, next Saturday night. That's all I got to say about it.
Most prolific body punchers, and now you see the reaction from Doheny. That one hurt him. I don't know if it's ankle or his back.
He said, hold up.
Yes, he did.
Hold up. He hit me in the stomach, and he just dislocated my back.
Other boxing news this week, we saw the return of the monster. Naoya Inoue came back in full form against TJ Doheny, scoring a 7th round stoppage against Doheny, who at that point had never been stopped before in his career. It was a spectacular performance. Inoue looked amazing. I really want to see Inoue against Nakatani. I'm hoping that Nakatani moves up to super bantamweight so we can have that clash. And we should have that fight in Japan. We got the two biggest and the best Japanese fighters in the world facing off. It should be in Japan. According to Bob Arum, he's looking to bring Inoue to the U.S. to market him better. And, rightfully so. I think Inoue is a supreme talent that he deserves to be marketed better in the U.S., the biggest market in the world. Something like that would transform him into a global superstar, not just in Japan. I would also like to see him move up to featherweight and hopefully face Espinoza or Robesi Ramirez. Those are fights that I hope that will happen down the line. But Inoue is a spectacular talent, top 3 pound for pound in my book. He keeps establishing that fight after fight. He's a beast, man. He's a beast, man. Much respect to Inoue, and I'm hoping to see him back in the ring soon. I think Bob Arum said that he'll be back in December. We'll see. But those are the fights I would like to see, and those are the fights I think that will be massive down the line. So we'll see what happens. But if you guys like what you saw, please subscribe, like, and comment. Let me know what you guys want to see next. Until next time, this is Toe to Toe Boxing Talk with your man James, signing out.